Hello everyone and welcome to Driver's Therapy. In today's video, we're going to be doing the Honda S800 update number 21 video, and we're going to be talking about the chassis bushings. In our last video, we had to decipher the chassis bushing stuff. I think it was the last video. One of the last videos, we did the chassis bushing stuff. And essentially, Elise went through all the bushings that we got from Mr. Otterman in Germany. He's like the #1 guy you buy new parts from. And essentially, we found out that we needed some extra bolts. So I went to a local shop here in Grand Junction, and I love where I live and I always support local businesses. And the shop I went to is called Fasteners, and they have essentially what they're called, fasteners. And I was able to pick up some bolts and some washers for the chassis bushings that we need to install. So in this video, we're gonna be showing you how we're installing a chassis bushing. It's gonna be a little bit janky, but this is our method. We've already done one just to make sure we could actually do it, but we're gonna show you guys how we're doing it. All right guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right guys, if you look over here, this is a bushing set and it goes in the most front of the car itself, kind of where the radiator area is. And essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you how we're doing it. And so these are brand new. These are bushings that we purchased from the gentleman in Germany. And this is a washer, this is used, and this is one of the bolts that I found. But when I went over to that fastener place, I wanted to make sure that whatever bolt we were using, especially for the chassis, that it was the appropriate grade. And if you guys don't know about bolt grades, typically they'll have a number on here, and that number is associated with their strength. I think it's tensile strength, or shear like strength, something like that. But essentially, I know that I wanted an 8 strength bolt, an 8.8 and above for what we're using. And this one, really, I couldn't really read what's on here. So I got one, a new one from the fastener place, and we're gonna go ahead and just try to put this together. We're not gonna bolt it down, but we're gonna set everything inside there because we wanna make sure we get all the bushings in before we bolt anything down. Otherwise, we won't be able to get the bushings in. If you look over here, this is actually one of the bushings that we did yesterday. I'm gonna take out the bolt, but inside there, there's actually a bushing between the body and the chassis. Believe it or not, I know it's probably not the right way to do it, but I lifted up the car kind of using my Hercules strength and at least slid it in there carefully. And at this point in time, we're pretty much ready to bolt that one down whenever we get the rest of them in there. Now, we did the same thing with this one over here, but for some reason I couldn't lift up the car. It was really, really hard. So we kind of like put some stuff together with the jack and lifted it up slowly. And we were just making sure that we weren't gonna like bend, you know, this sheet metal over here, part of the body, but we were able to get it in there. And at that point in time, let me show you how this one works. So that bushing down there looks like this. And this bushing is gonna go over here. But to show you, we already put it in between the body and the chassis. But it's kind of funky, and let me show you why it's kind of funky, because there's an additional part to it. So essentially what you do is you put that rubber piece on top of it, then you put the washer, and then you put the new bolt. All right, for us, we're not gonna go ahead and tighten it down because again, we won't be able to get the other one in, but we're gonna show you how we lifted up the body. Now, it could be right, it could be wrong, but it works for us. So I'm using my Harbor Freight jack. It's a 1.5 ton. It's an inexpensive one, but it's been pretty loyal and it's been working. And I've got my quick jack, like accessory little blocks. They're very hard rubber. They are rubber. And essentially, I'm making kind of like a little, I don't know, extension. Now these are made for jacking, so at least that is right. And what I'm doing is, now, just to let you guys know, I've looked over everything. It doesn't look like things are attached. There's some stuff in the middle of the car, which probably is weighing down the car. But the main thing I want to do is get this bushing in here, but I don't want to bend the sheet metal on the bottom because it will bend. All right, I switched it up. I put a piece of like a wood right underneath it, and I'm gonna lift it up. Boom. All right, let's see if I could Oh yeah, if you come over here, guys, I have enough room. All right, guys, it's up. Let's see if we can stick this bad boy underneath here. And I'm close, but no dice, so we got to go up again. Oh my gosh, I'm so close. One more time. That's got to do it. Boom! That was like a satisfying sound. All right, now we're gonna just drop it down slowly. And we're gonna go ahead and put the other little rubber piece on it. And we're gonna set that just like that. And we're pretty much done. And there you go, guys. You saw how we put a chassis bushing. And believe it or not, in my head, I was so intimidated for months about doing it, but it was pretty straightforward. And I just checked the body and nothing got dented, nothing got damaged. We slowly just lifted it up, got the bushing in there, and we dropped it back down. All right, we're not done with this video quite yet. So Ronnie from the Netherlands, he hooked it up again. We got some really cool clips from him. He shipped them in, and we're gonna be putting the door card, or like the little door panel, on the car right now so you guys can see how that looks. All right, guys. So as you can see, I have one glove and I don't want to have one glove. It's because we ran out of gloves, but you know what? We're gonna use a glove. So if you look here, these are the clips that Ronnie sent to us. And the crazy part is that they're like some type of metal. But let's be nerds and let's find out if it's aluminum or if it's actually steel. Because part of working on these type of cars is nerding out on what they were doing back in the 1960s. And look at that, guys. That is steel. And that makes sense though, because aluminum manufacturing really didn't come into effect till later on. So now that we know that, I really want you guys to really think about this. Most of these parts now on all the cars are plastic. And the reason why, it's just plastic's easy to make and it's definitely cheaper than the metal. But they didn't have that ability back then, so they had to make these out of steel. Crazy. All right. So it looks like we had one already installed. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna follow suit and just try to just follow how it was. I'm assuming that's how it is, so that's what we're gonna be doing. The crazy thing is I could see a little bit of like an outline of where they were before. You see there's one right here. Looks like that one is like almost smashed or something. So well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about these. I'm not sure if these take any. Let's see. I don't see an outline anywhere. So these might not take any right there. But let's go ahead and fix this one and then try to put this on the car. And we should be golden. So what I'm assuming is there's holes on the actual door. When we go put this on, I guess we should just be able to clip them in there. Oh, looks like we missed one over here. So let's put one here, I guess. Boom. All right, let's go give it a shot. So if you see these holes right here, that's where our clips are gonna go on. So let's go ahead and start lining up everything and see if we can make everything click in. Definitely a lot harder than it looks. Ooh, they snap, which is nice. I like the snapping. But this one, so essentially, I'm trying to align all these up to where they're at. So that one snapped. See if we could snap this one down. All right, this is stupid. So it looks like this is gonna be a lot more intense than we thought. All right, this is more annoying than it looks. Essentially what you have to do is you have to precisely align the metal clips to the holes, and you have to do it right because if it goes in there, it's a pain to take it out. But I think I have it, so let's give it a shot. All right, 1, 2. Come on, baby. 3. It's satisfying. 4. All right, 4. That one needs to be moved down. All right. And this one right here just needs to be moved up a little bit. And I think that's it for now. All right, that one doesn't want to clip in. All right, there it goes. Oh, but you know what I didn't do, guys? I didn't clip the top in first. But I might be able to, without breaking these clips, I might be able to just get this over this. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. All right, yeah, that's not happening. All right, so I had to put this part back up, but of course when I did, they all got angry and they all came out. All right, we've got the door card on there, and let me tell you, those clips are a pain in the butt, and it's because they're metal, so they deform and form, and I'm so glad that they introduced plastic later on, but we got it. All right, guys, and that is it. We have 3 of our bushings in out of, I think, about a dozen, so really excited. One of these days, we're gonna move out the car, we're gonna push the S800 out, and we're gonna go ahead and do the rest of the bushings, and that is gonna be a big deal because from there, like I said, we're gonna have the seats redone, we're gonna put the carpet in, and we're just gonna pretty much start assembling this car, and we're getting really close to the end. I'm really excited because I use a lot of local businesses here to get parts, to do powder coating and all kinds of stuff. And I'm always telling people about the S800. It's such a rare, unique car, but when people hear about it, they're really excited. And I'm really excited because it's just one of those really cool cars that we can't wait to drive. All right, guys, thanks for watching. You take care, and we'll see you soon.